Good morning, students. So today I discuss conditional probability. What is conditional probability? Conditional probability says let A and B be two events associated with the random experiment. Then the probability of occurrence of event A under the condition that the event B has already occurred is called the conditional probability, and it is denoted by probability of A given B. That means probability of occurrence of A given that the slash stands for given that or under the condition B, the event B has already occurred. It is given by the conditional probability formula. What is the formula? Probability A, probability of occurrence of A given that event B has already occurred is equal to probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. आप इसको ऐसे भी याद कर सकते हैं. If यहाँ पर आपका B है तो नीचे आपका probability of B आएगा. And here also one more thing, probability of B is not equal to 0. Similarly, अगर आपने probability of B given A लिखना है तो B given A आप कैसे लिख सकते हो? Probability A intersection B divided by probability of A, where probability of A is not equal to 0. The conditional probability generally applies when you have statistically dependent events. That means the occurrence of B depends upon the previous occurrence of A. मैंने आपको लास्ट वीडियो में बताया था डिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स क्या होते हैं. द टू इवेंट्स आर सेड टू बी डिपेंडेंट if the occurrence of one depends upon the previous occurrence of other, and the two events are said to be independent when the occurrence of one is independent of occurrence of other. So if you have the two independent events, right, for two independent events, for two independent events, what would be the probability of A given B? See, in this case, occurrence of A doesn't depend upon occurrence of B. So this is equal to probability of A only, because the occurrence of A is independent of occurrence of B. Similarly, probability of B given A is equal to probability of B, because the occurrence of B is independent of occurrence of A. Right? Now next we move to multiplication law of probability. What is the multiplication theorem of probability? So for two dependent events, multiplication law says the probability of occurrence of both A and B. Occurrence of both A and B is given by probability of A given B into probability of B. मैंने आपको क्या बताया था? Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B upon probability of B. तो अगर आप इसको ऐसे क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर दो तो आपके पास क्या आएगा? A intersection B is equal to probability of A given B into probability of B. So for two dependent events, probability of occurrence of both A and B is given by this formula, A given B. और अगर आपके पास B given A है तो B given A, probability of B given A multiply probability of A. And when you have four independent events, So for independent events, probability of occurrence of both A and B. Occurrence of both A and B is given by multiplication law. Probability of A multiply probability of B. Why so? Because probability of A given B is equal to probability of A only. And probability of B given A equal to probability of B only. So probability of A given B is equal to probability of A only. Multiply probability of B. For independent events. Independent events. Right? So for independent event आपने क्या करना है? If you want to find occurrence of both A and B, you have to just multiply the marginal probabilities. And this results can be generalized to n events. So for n independent events, probability of occurrence of all n events is equal to probability of A multiply probability of B multiply probability of C, so on to probability of n. That means you have to find the product of probabilities of all the respective events. And one more thing, the probability of occurrence of at least one. What is the probability of occurrence of at least one? That is given by A union B for two events. That you can find by applying this formula 1 minus probability of occurrence of none. That means none of the events. So probability of occurrence of neither A nor B, you can apply here like this, probability of not A multiply probability of not B. And what is the probability of not A? That is 1 minus probability of A. And what is probability of not B? That is 1 minus probability of B. ये हमने last video में भी किया था. Right? Now, next we move to the numerical problems. Now, first question is 10% of bulbs produced in a factory are of red color and 2% are red and defective. Red and defective. If one bulb is selected at random, determine the probability of its being defective if it is red. तो पहले आपको क्या करना है, पहले आपको इसमें ये समझना है कि क्या क्या इवेंट्स दे रखे हैं आपको. तो आपको एक इवेंट दिया हुआ है कि बल्ब इज ऑफ रेड कलर एंड सेकेंड इवेंट इज दैट इट इज डिफेक्टिव. सो लेट ए बी द इवेंट. Let A be the event that bulb is red color. Let B be the event that bulb is defective. Okay. So what is given to you? 10% of bulbs produced in a factory are of red color. That means you are given that probability of A is 10%. Means 10 over 100. That means 0.5. And second thing, what is given to you? 2% are red and defective. So what is given to you? It is given probability A intersection B. That means red and defective both. Which is 2%, which is equal to 0.02. Now, what you need to find out here? It is given, if one bulb is picked at random, determine the probability of its being defective if it is red. You have to find probability of being defective. That means you have to find defective is B event, probability of being defective given that it is red. So it is red, given it is red, you have to find the probability of defective. So what is the formula for conditional probability? It is A intersection B over here A. So I need to write A here, probability of A. What is probability of intersection B? 0.02. What is probability of A? 0.1. So it will be how much? Let's calculate it. So it is 0.2%. 0.2. Okay. So it is 0.2. So you will write the probability of bulb being defective if it is red. Is 0.2. Now, second question. Second question says an electronic assembly consists of two subsystems A and B. Past testing procedures data show that probability of failure are probability A fails, 0.2, probability B fails alone. But it is written B fails alone. Probability A and B fail. So these three probabilities are given to you. Now you have to evaluate probability A fails given that given that B has failed. Second, you need to find probability A fails alone. Now, solution. See, what you need to find first? You need to find probability A fails given that B has failed. So, by the formula, it is equal to probability A and B both failed divided by probability of B failed. Now, what is given to you? It is given probability A fails 0.2 and B fails alone. B fails alone. और इसको मैं कैसे लिख सकती हूँ? ओनली बी फेल्स. तो मैंने आपको बताया था ओनली बी निकालने का मतलब प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बी माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन बी. एंड यू आर गिवन ऑल्सो प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए एंड बी फेल. और क्या दिया हुआ है? प्रोबेबिलिटी ए इंटरसेक्शन बी विच इज 0.15. तो यहां पर सेकेंड कंडीशन में आपके पास बी फेल्स अलोन की प्रोबेबिलिटी है 0.15 एंड प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन बी भी कितनी है 0.15. तो यहां से हम इस इक्वेशन से प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बी निकाल लेंगे. तो ये क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बी इज इक्वल टू प्रोबेबिलिटी बी फेल्स अलोन plus probability of A intersection B, which is 0.15 plus 0.15, that is 0.30. अब मुझे इसमें क्या चाहिए था, मुझे एक तो A इंटरसेक्शन B चाहिए और एक प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ B चाहिए. Now probability of A intersection B is given, already given 0.15, and probability of B is 0.30. Now this is 15/30, that means 1/2. So this probability is equal to 0.1. And now question is probability A fails alone. So what is the formula for A fails alone or only A? A fails alone. A fails alone. That is probability of A minus probability of A intersection B. Probability of A is 0.2 minus 0.15, which is 0.05. So this probability is equal to 0.05. Now, next question is, now this question says, probability of solving a specific problem independently by A and B. It is written independently. A and B are 1/2 and 1/3 respectively. If both try to solve the problem problem independently, then find the probability that the problem is solved. Second, exactly one of them solves the problem. Okay. तो अब इसमें हमें क्या क्या गिवन है? We are given with probability of A solve the problem 1/2. Probability of B solve the problem 1/3. And both try to solve the problem independently. Now first we have to find problem is solved. So what we need to find? The problem is solved means either A solve the problem or B solve the problem or both solve the problem. That means प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गई, चाहे वो ए ने की, चाहे वो बी ने की, चाहे दोनों ने मिलके की, दोनों ने की, राइट? सो व्हाट यू नीड टू फाइंड? प्रोबेबिलिटी ए यूनियन बी, or you can write probability at least one of them solve the problem. ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं. So probability at least one, this is equal to 1 minus probability none of them, and 1 minus probability A complement intersection B complement. Since it is given they are independent, if A and B are independent, then A complement and B complement are also independent. So for the independent events, probability of A intersection B is probability of A multiply probability of B, and also probability of A complement intersection B complement is probability of A complement multiply probability of B complement. Right? So what is the probability of A complement? That is 1 minus probability of A. What is the probability of A? 1/2. So I can write here 1 minus 1/2, which is 1/2. So probability of A complement is 1/2. Similarly, we can find probability of B complement, 1 minus probability of B, 1 minus 1/3. which is 2 by 3. So if I put the values here, so this is probability A complement multiply probability B complement. So 1 minus 1 by 2 and 2 by 3, which is again 1 minus 1 by 3, which is 2 by 3. So that means the probability that problem is solved is 2 over 3. Now next is exactly one of them solves the problem. What it means exactly one? Means A solved the problem but B not. B solved the problem but A not. दोनों में से कोई एक ने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दी. Now second, probability exactly one of them solved the problem. So this is equal to probability A solve the problem and B not solve the problem plus probability A not solve the problem and B solve the problem. So probability of A is 1 by 2, not B 2 by 3. Probability of not A also 1 by 2. Probability of B, that is 1 by 3. So this is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6, which is 2 plus 1 by 6, 3 by 6. That means 1 by 2. It means probability that exactly one of them solve the problem is 1 over 2. Next problem. From a city population, the probability of selecting a male or a smoker. You are given a male or a smoker or is 7 by 10. A male smoker 2 by 5. A male if a smoker is already selected 2 by 3. Find the probability of selecting a non-smoker, a smoker if a male is first selected. So you need to find these three probabilities and you are given with these three probabilities. करते हैं इसको solve. Solution. So first what you are given, male and a smoker, let A be the event that Let A be the event that a male is selected. Let B be the event that a smoker is selected. Right? So the given male or a smoker, that means or A union B is given to you. 7/10. Male smoker, that means male and smoker. Male smoker means male and smoker. That means A intersection B, 2/5. Male, if a smoker is already selected, that means A given B. Male given smoker is selected, 2/3. See, you have to understand the statement of the question. फर्स्ट लाइन में आपको और दिया है, दैट मीन्स यूनियन गिवन है. मेल स्मोकर, दैट मीन्स दोनों चीजें साइमल्टेनियसली, मेल भी स्मोकर भी, दैट मीन्स इंटरसेक्शन. मेल इफ अ स्मोकर इज ऑलरेडी सिलेक्टेड, दैट मीन्स आपको कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी गिवन है. नाउ यू नीड टू फर्स्ट फाइंड अ नॉन स्मोकर. नॉन स्मोकर मीन्स smoker we are represented by B, so you have to find probability of not B. So what is not B? 1 minus probability of B. So first you need to find the probability of B. How you can find the probability of B? You are given with A intersection B and A given B. We can use the conditional probability formula. Probability of A given B is equal to probability of A intersection B upon probability of B. What is A intersection B? 2/5. Probability of B, I don't know. And what is probability of A given B? So this is 2/3. So you are given 2/3 is equal to 2/5 upon probability of B. So if I cross multiply, so probability of B is 2/5 divided by 2/3. So this is equal to 2/5 multiply 3/2. That means 3/5. So probability of B is 3/5. And probability of non-smoker, and that means not B, is 1 minus probability of B, which is 3/5. That means 2/5. So first answer is your 2/5. Now second is male. That means you have to find the probability of A. Right? Now for A, what we can do? अब कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी में अगर हमें बी गिवन ए दिया होता तो हम ए फाइंड कर सकते थे इंटरसेक्शन बी यूज करके, बट हमें अब यहाँ पे ए यूनियन बी गिवन है तो हम ए यूनियन बी की प्रॉपर्टी लगाते हैं. व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए यूनियन बी? ए यूनियन बी इज इक्वल टू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए प्लस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बी माइनस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन बी. So here you are given with A union B, 7/10. 7/10. A हमें find करनी है. B is 3/5 and A intersection B is 2/5. So it is 7/10 equal to probability of A plus 1/5. That means probability of A is equal to 7/10 minus 1/5, which is 5/10. That means 1 by 2. So probability of A here is 1 by 2. So probability of male is 1 by 2. Probability of male is 1 by 2. Now you need to find a smoker if a male is first selected. Smoker. Smoker is represented with B. If a male is first selected. That means you have to find B, probability of B given A. So what is the formula? It is A intersection B upon A. Probability of A. So what is the value for A intersection B? That is 2 over 5. Yes, 2 over 5. And probability of A is, which we have calculated, 1 by 2. So it is 2 by 5 multiply 2 by 1, which is 4 over 5. So probability of B given A is 4 over 5. That means probability of selecting a smoker if a male is first selected is 4 over 5. सो स्टूडेंट्स आप देखो, एक तो आपको क्वेश्चन की स्टेटमेंट समझ में आनी चाहिए कि क्वेश्चन में कहाँ पे यूनियन अप्लाई करना है, किस स्टेटमेंट में, कौन सी स्टेटमेंट में आपने इंटरसेक्शन अप्लाई करना है, कौन सी स्टेटमेंट में आपने कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी लगानी है. एंड सेकेंड थिंग, आपको फॉर्मूलाज याद होने चाहिए जो हमें अप्लाई करने हैं. सो इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो मैं आपके साथ प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस डिस्कस करूंगी. थैंक यू.